Now onto surface area. The surface area of a 3D shape is the sum of the areas of the exposed faces. Basically find the area of each side and add them all together. The purpose of the word exposed faces here is due to if you have a combined shape or a composite shape, you may have sides that are not exposed because it's the join between the two shapes, so they wouldn't be included in the surface area. First example, the pyramid shown is 10.8 centimeters high. Find its surface area. So in this pyramid you can see we have the four sides, which are all triangles. Then we have a square base. Now the easiest thing to find first will be the square base. So the base is a square, so it is 13.2 multiplied by 13.2, which is 174.24 centimeters squared. Now the height of the triangle is 10.8. Now that is its height right in the middle from the top point of the triangle right down to the bottom at the middle. So I've just drawn a line in orange there. That is the height of 10.8. The triangle from the centre, which is a 10.8 here, that goes out to the edge, and that is the length of the slant of the triangle. So this is not one of our front on triangles, our sides, but it's actually a triangle from the inside of the pyramid to the outside. So this base here will be 13.2 divided by 2, because it's actually half. It's this length here. I'm going to draw it in black on the triangle, which would be 6.6. And then from here we can actually work out the height of our outside triangles. So we're going to say the height equals, and obviously we'll just use Pythag to do that. So it'll be h squared equals 10.8 squared plus 6.6 squared. So h squared equals 160.2, and then h will equal about 12.66. That's rounded to 2 decimal places. Now from there, now we have that, we can work out the area of the outside triangles. So in this outside triangle, I'm just going to draw it in blue on the diagram too. So we're now looking at this bit here. We know the height of that is 12.66. We know the base of this is 13.2, and then we can work out our area. So the area of the triangle is half times base times by height, which will be approximately 83.556. And now we need to put it all together. So our surface area is the base of the triangle, which is 174.24, plus, now we have 4 triangles, so it'll be 4 times 83.556, which will give us an answer of 508 centimeters squared to 3 significant figures. So often with these types of questions, it's easier to work it in smaller steps. Don't try to do it all at once because you're often going to make a mistake. So you can then pull the shape apart and work out exactly what you need to find. We're now going to look at curved surfaces. So some curved surfaces with surface area and volume, we have cylinders, spheres and cones. Now for the area of a cylinder, we have the area of the curved surface plus 2 circle ends. So we've got the outside and then the top and the bottom. The surface area for a cylinder formula is not given in your formula booklet, but the different sections are. So the area of a circle is, and also the curved surface is given. So you just have to go to your formula booklet to the prior learning section, and then you can find the formula. So for the curved surface, you'll see the formula for the area of that is 2 pi rh, and then we have 2 circle ends, so it'll be 2 plus 2 pi r squared. The area of a sphere, that is just given in the formula booklet for you, and it is 4 pi r squared. And then the area of the cone is similar to the cylinder. They don't give the whole thing, they just give a section. So the area of the curved surface of a cone is given in the geometry section of your formula booklet, and it is pi times r times the length, and the length being the outside slant, not the height of the cone, and it has a circle base, so we need to add a pi r squared. Okay, an example for us to do. Find to 1 decimal place the surface area of these 3 shapes. Part A. So part A actually says it's got a hollow top and bottom, which means there isn't actually anything there. So the only thing we actually have to calculate the surface area of is the curved area. And the area of the curved part of a cylinder is 2 pi rh. So it would be 2 times by pi times by the radius, which is 6, times by the height, which is 15. And that will give us 565.5 centimetres squared to 1 decimal place. B, the area of the sphere is 4 pi r squared. So it's going to be 4 times by pi times by the radius, which is 8 squared, which will give us 804.2 centimetres squared. And part C, we have a cone, which is the area of the curved side, which is pi r L, plus the area of the circle. So it'd be pi times by the radius, which is 5, times by the length of the cone, or the side, the slant length, which is 12, plus pi times by the radius, which is 5 squared. And that gives us, to 1 decimal place, 267.0 centimetres squared. Example 3, the length of a hollow pipe, so once again hollow pipe, is 3 times its radius. Write an expression for its surface area in terms of r. Now when a question says write an expression, it means we need to write an equation. In terms of r means we are only allowed r in the equation. We cannot have any other variables. We just need r in the equation. Once again, it's a hollow pipe, so we just want the curved edge, which is 2 pi rh. Now the height, we don't want a h in there, so we have to be able to replace the h with something. Now the question tells us the length of the pipe is 3 times its radius, so that actually means that h is 3 times r. So we can replace the h in the question with 3r. So 2 times 3 is 6, pi, and then we've got 2 r's, so it'd be r times r, which is r squared. There's an expression for our surface area. B, if the surface area is 301.6 metres squared, find the radius. So we know the surface area is 301.6, so that equals 6 pi r squared. So if we rearrange this, we'll have 301.6 divided by 6 pi equals r squared. So r will equal the square root of that, which equals approximately 4.00 metres. So for this question, you can just use NSolve on your calculators. There is only one solution due to it being a length. So obviously we know in this situation, when we square root an answer, we could get positive or negative, but as r is a length, it can only be positive, so our answer is just 4, and NSolve would solve that for you, or you could use your quadratic solver, or the other option would be to graph it. And that is surface area.